Hey, beautiful people. Well, some of y'all ain't beautiful on the inside, but we're here to work on that, okay? I'm Jordan Micaiah, and this show was created because some things just need to be talked about. We live in a world where it's all about me, myself, and I, and the other experiences that have contributed to our reality. The truth is, much of the way we view life is from a small, narrow lens. Hence, tunnel vision. That's where I come in. Through my own personal experiences and sometimes some help from some pretty amazing guests, I hope to challenge you, inspire you, and open your eyes a little. In reality, there's so much more to life than the eye can see, and I think I'm here to help you grow. So take this journey with me and allow me to help you widen your tunnel vision in order to live a better life. Here is Reality Tunnel Vision. What's up, beautiful people? I am back with another video, another podcast episode for you all. So welcome YouTube, welcome Apple Podcasts, welcome Spotify, welcome friends, welcome family, welcome homeless man who found a phone and now you listening to your girl's podcast. What is up? We're here and it's been a while, but your girl been going through, so I'm not apologizing for this little delay because it was necessary. No, but if I'm honest, y'all, I'm ready to be back. I'm ready to be back, and I want to explain to my listeners why I've been gone so long. Y'all, this past month has been rough, but this ain't the only rough month I've had. I've honestly had 12 rough months. This 23rd year of life for me has probably been one of the hardest years of my life, but it's honestly been one of the most necessary. I guess I'll explain a little bit about the backstory, but I mean, I was basically fired from my job that I thought in my eyes was my dream job. I was super excited to have it. I mean, it was just so perfect. And I know God gave it to me. And I know it was necessary for me to be there. And everything that I've gone through was for a reason. But it did hurt. It hurt my heart because the reason I was fired was unjust. And so again, I'll explain more later. This episode is not about that, but yeah, your girl was let go because I decided to kneel during the national anthem of a basketball game. And let's just say a lot of people who are in the PWI type settings, a lot of people in positions of power who do not look like me, do not respect what I did. And so I am not surprised by what happened. I'm not, that's the only thing I'm not really surprised about what happened. I'm hurt by what happened because I feel like I just invested a lot into that situation, but nevertheless, I'm not like, I know that there's better, and I know that everything happened for a reason. And so, like I said, this episode is not about that. If you have more questions about the situation, you can go ahead and ask me. I'll talk to you about it. Because I think I'm in a state of like healing. Like I'm learning how to heal from that situation, especially because I am a person of achievement and I love success. I love achievement. I love working hard at something and being seen as good at something and being great and respected. Like I'm just all about that. If you know anything about Enneagrams, I am a 3, so I am the achiever. I love that, the love that comes from doing good things. And so I needed for this situation to happen. And I kind of saw it happening beforehand, but just the way everything played out, your girl felt lonely. Your girl felt confused. Your girl felt like the Lord wasn't listening to her. It was hard. It was hard. It was really, really hard. And I can say as of October 22nd, 2021, I have gotten out of my depression. And the reason I say that is not to say, oh, it's just one day you're going to wake up and be fine, because I'm still going through processes of where I have to like learn how to adjust to this new mindset. But the reason that I say I know that I'm completely free now from that is because literally God took my mind. This gonna sound crazy to some people, but for some people it's not. Literally, God took my mind, and I felt like He just did a rotation, like a reset. And next thing you know, my perspective is just totally different about life. But it took me going through hell in order to be where I am now. And so I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about what that process looks like of me going from low, betrayed, alone, isolated, like all of those have literally, as of now, turned into so much freedom. I cannot express to y'all how free I am. And when I say free, I'm not talking about God returned everything that was lost from me, and now I have like a Job story where everything was gone and now I've gotten everything back. I'm not there yet. Yet I'm still so free. This is what I mean by that, y'all. It is mental. What I was going through months ago, what I was going through this whole like 23rd year of life for me, has it not only affected me mentally, but y'all, it was to the point where I was so depressed that like my body started to become sick. And I'm not even like making this up. I literally, my hormones were all over the place. I was talking to doctors about what this could be. I was extremely fatigued, like crying spurts, like randomly, just like my like body aches. I literally was sick. Well, some of y'all, somebody has been there. You know how the church people say, some of y'all been there. You've been there. Some of y'all know. And like it's been just that way. And navigating through that, I did not feel like God was with me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like because I've said it so much, I know that God is here, and because I've gone through things in the past and I'm still here, I know that He's faithful and He's with me in the low places. But y'all, it was times where I literally was so mad at dude. Like I was mad at God. Like, why do you have me here? This is so confusing. This is not the lifestyle I'm used to. This is not what you said. I thought when I did something that you showed me doing that I would be better by now, that things would be returned to me right now, that I would have the story that says I lost everything, but now I've gained it back 10 times what I had before. Like I'm thinking about that story. It is not like that. And one thing I had to do was combat all the things that I thought were going to happen based on obedience to God. Okay. So with that being said, let me break down some of this, and I hope y'all follow me. When God shows you something, it is important to be obedient, even if it hurts. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I saw myself kneeling for, like on the basketball court, like a year before I actually did it. I even when I saw that, I was like having sleepless nights, like I was restless, like I really just was super like paranoid about the situation because I knew how administration was at the particular school I was at. I knew that they would not like that. I knew that I would be an outcast and talked about, and I just was like, I knew the pressure that would come with that. And so I was really going through, and so I was seeking like counseling for people and advice about what to do, and everybody was saying, girl, like don't do it. And deep down I saw myself doing that. And so a year went by and I'm like, okay, whatever. Didn't think I was gonna play basketball. And so when I decided to play basketball, I'm like, you know what, like this is what I have to do. Like those same feelings a year before started coming back now. And so I started feeling that. And I'm like, okay, at this point, we're going to have to move. And I know nobody's really going to understand. And I know a lot of people are going to be affected by this decision that I'm about to make. I had people behind me. I was a leader. I had people's careers riding on this decision. Like my career riding on this decision. It was just so much. And so when I decided to do that, even though I knew it was coming, it still hurt because I still felt alone. I still felt like nobody's with you when God is giving you these um visions of you doing something so drastic like this. Like, nobody understands that you can't sleep because you crying and you thinking about this. Like, if there's somebody out there who's listening and God has showed you something and you're like afraid to be obedient to it because of whatever, because of what people may think, or because of what may happen to your job, I'm telling you this, like, with everything in my soul. Listen to me. Be obedient, even if it freaking hurts, because he will literally never leave you by yourself. You will feel isolated from people. I'm not saying you will not, because that would be a lie. People will not understand your journey. People will not understand why you made the decision you made. People will talk you out of it. And it will sound, the alternative to what God said will sound better than you being obedient to him at times. Do it anyway. I promise you, you do not want to be. I always tell myself, I would rather do something for God and feel like nobody understands me and be cut off by a bunch of people than do what everybody says I should do and be isolated from God himself. I'm telling you, like, everything is necessary in your process. So if you feel like it's a tugging on your heart to do something, and it might be drastic and it might seem crazy and people might not understand it, you better do it anyway. I don't know who needed to hear that, but you better do it anyway, because it's necessary. Because it's not by chance that you keep hearing this. You keep being woken up out of your sleep thinking about this, that people are constantly telling you otherwise. Those people that are coming up to you and telling you how crazy that might be, or how much damage you might do. Listen, if God told you, you'll know when it's God that tells you, because it won't just be an idea. It will be something that's literally piercing in your heart. If there's something that's piercing in your heart to do, and it's constantly waking you up, and you're constantly thinking about it throughout the day, and even if people don't agree, do it. Be obedient. I'm telling you, take it from me, somebody who chose to do something that literally I could count on. I know 3 people, only 3 solid people who understood this whole journey with me. And even them, they didn't hear what I heard from God. They didn't see the visions. They didn't feel the effects of still having to be around the people that betrayed you, and still have to put on a brave face. Yeah, they might have understood the situation, but they weren't me. They weren't in it with me. And I still am so grateful that I chose to do something like that. Like, that I chose to do something that changed the game for people. Like I said, I'll get into it later, but this episode ain't about that. This episode is about how I got to this process of freedom. Another thing I had to do was really be honest with myself. It was times, y'all, when there's times where you don't even know how to pray, where you like, God, please. Like, it was times, y'all, I was driving in my car, and I just got fired from my job, and I got a new job at a place that I didn't want to be at, but I had to make some money, and mind you, the way I'm talking to y'all right now, this is going on. Like, this is weeks ago. This isn't months. I'm not fully out of that lifestyle yet. Now, I'm mentally free, but I'm still in this process. So this is why it's important to be mentally free, because you're not defined by what you're still going through. You know that this is necessary for your process, for your life. And so I'm speaking based off of what I'm in right now. So getting fired from a job, moving to a different city, needing money, not wanting to work at this place, but knowing that I had to provide for myself somehow, not having a place to live, having to live with somebody else, car breaking down, like all these different situations that are happening. I didn't know even how to pray, because before I would be like, God, provide this for me. Boom. God, give me this. Boom. God, I need. Boom. like favor on favor. The favor of my life was so clear. It was so evident. Like I could see it. You could literally see it. And so in this situation, when it wasn't so quick like I was used to, I'm like, I didn't even know how to pray. So I'm like, God, please. Like, it was times where I just was like crying, driving the car crying, like, please, please, like yelling out, just like, please, because I didn't have the words to pray. Like, I'm like, God, why are you leaving me? What the heck is going on? Why aren't you acting like I didn't want to talk to God? But I know I needed to. So I didn't have the words. I didn't want to hear anything biblical. I just was like, I didn't know. It was a whirlwind. And so all I could say was please. All I could say was please. And so if you find yourself not even knowing what to pray, y'all, like literally, he hears the groaning of your heart. Like, you ever just been laying there and you don't even know what to say. You just like, God, hear the groaning of my heart. Like, I can't say anything right now because words can't fathom what I'm feeling, but I know you hear the groaning of my heart. Like that feeling on the inside of you that's like, God, I could feel you touching my chest. Like, please just wrap your arms around me and help me through this. I don't know how to pray that, but please do that. Like, somebody out there has witnessed, like, just feeling like you communicating with God, but you not saying words at all, but you just like, please, God, rescue me. Like, please, your heart is crying out. If you got it, even that is honesty. We can't be putting on like we not really out here suffering. We are. And that's okay. Like, that's the thing. Don't feel like you have to put on for social media, put on for people, like, and pretend to be okay, because it's gonna be times where you pretending to be okay, you gonna trick yourself, and when something really happens that's like out there and in your face, you're gonna be like, but I thought I was good. Yeah, because you're putting on as if you're good. You're not good. You out here struggling, you suffering out here, and nobody really understands you. And by you putting on, you're not, it's like you're chopping off their hand to help, and you chopping off God's hand to help you, because it's like, oh, I'm good. Yep, I'm living my best life. I'm good. Like, nope, that didn't bother me. I just got freaking fired from my job and wrongfully accused of this and that, but I'm good. I'll show them. No, you're crying at night. You feel hurt. You're devastated. You're embarrassed. You have bitterness in your heart. So you saying, I'm good. No, you're not good. And we have to be honest. And yes, it's going to be a point where words do matter. I don't want to get that confused. Words do matter. There is power in what you say. And so if you're constantly a Debbie Downing, like being a Debbie Downer, oh, my life is this, my life is so bad, my life sucks, I don't want to even wake up in the morning. Yeah, you saying those things, eventually you might start to believe it. But sometimes you get to that point in depression where you have to call that thing a thing and be honest with yourself and be like, I'm hurting right now. Because we want to be such encouraging people and such positive people that we ignore when we actually out here suffering. Suffering is a part of the journey. You're not going to have great days all the time. Be honest with that. Because I'm speaking to you from a perspective that I don't have everything returned to me yet. Like, I don't have everything that I desire right now, but I have everything I desire right now, if that makes sense. Like, I have mental freedom, I have joy, I have peace, and I'm not defined by the things that I have or the things that I think I should, because I've been honest with myself. And when you get to that place mentally where you're like, no, this isn't fully what I desire, but I'm good. like, that's mental health. That's being that's healthy. That's healthy when you don't become depressed by the things that you don't have. But you're able to recognize when this ain't really it, God. Like, come on, like, I know you with me, but I'm gonna be honest with you, God. This is hurting my feelings right now. Be honest. I'm telling you, it's necessary. So we talked about obedience. We talked about being honest with yourself. I'm reading this book right now, and I'll put the book in here. I can't. It's like a journal book. I'll insert it on YouTube. So people on the podcast who can't see the book, I'm sorry, but it's about forgiveness. You can find it on my Instagram page. I'll post it. But y'all, that book has been so good because it talked about forgiveness being like, sometimes we think when we forgive, it's like taken away from the experience itself. No, like, forgiving is doing yourself a favor, and regardless if those people recognize how bad they treated you or not, like, you forgiving them anyway, that's mental freedom. Like, I used to be like, but they need to know. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. They need to know how bad this was. There's no way they can continue living like this knowing that they did that to me. All these things, let's be honest. No. Forgiveness is, regardless if they understand what they did or not, I'm not going to allow their understanding of the situation to cause me to still have bitterness in my heart. You need to forgive anyway, because it's for you. Because it's going to stop you from going into other situations. You're going to be hesitant because you're like, okay, if my last situation, they didn't understand, so I'm going into this situation, they probably won't understand either. Let me be hesitant. No, you need to find, like, that's point 3 right there. Fight for freedom. And that's what my year 23 has taught me, is fighting for freedom. Mental freedom. Like, if you got to go out kicking and screaming, fight for that thing. If you got to tell somebody that you are suffering, that you need them to send you a scripture every day, if you need to read a book about something that you're going through, whatever you have to do, protecting your peace and fighting for your freedom, that's what you have to do, because you are too precious to be allowing somebody or a situation to hold you down so much that it's affecting every other thing around you. They might have done something to hurt you, and the next person that comes in your life might look similar to them, but you're not even giving them a chance. They might be somebody who bless you, but you're like, nope, because I think they're like this person that I haven't forgiven, I'm not even gonna open up to them. Like, forgiveness is key. Forgiveness is key. And I, to this day, like, I started this book about forgiveness, and it's like a journal book because I recognize that forgiveness is not something that you're gonna just wake up one day and be like, oh, I forgive them, I'm good, I'm happy, I don't even feel hurt anymore. No, with forgiveness, it's going to be certain days where you feel those triggering feelings again that start to stir up in your heart. Forgiveness is just not giving it the attention that it once had. It's not giving it the power that it once had to cripple you, how it crippled you before when you thought about it. Now you might get a little upset, but you know how to move on. Now you know how to be like, okay, I recognize what this is. I'm turning away. This is not it. It's reshaping your mind to practice healthy thinking. It's practicing healthy thinking. It's not just being better or feeling happy when you think about that situation. You went through something traumatic. It's going to hurt. And when you think about it, even years later, it still might hurt. But you're not crippled by that anymore. You can move past it despite of the feelings in that situation. You're human. Your heart is going to hurt at times. But you're not allowing it to affect your other relationships. You're not allowing it to affect your future. And you don't want it to define who you are. That's mental health. That's mental health. Y'all, this podcast is about to get real raw. It's about to you about to be really like in the know of your girl's life, because here I am. Like, here I am. I'm just so proud of myself, if I'm honest with you. Sometimes you gotta pat yourself on the back. I'm proud of myself because I ain't where I wanna be, but I ain't mentally sick anymore. Like, I'm not depressed anymore. I'm free. I'm so excited about what God has for me. Not material wise, but this next season of my life, y'all, is about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy. I know it because I don't even know what I'm about to walk into. Yet I'm so at peace and I'm so excited because I fought like hell to be here. I fought like hell to be able to come on this camera and go through a life or a season of embarrassment and trauma and isolation and loneliness and fear. And to sit here and talk to y'all and say, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I am proud that I'm able to talk to y'all and not even have and not yet have received the like what I know is coming for me. I'm still able to talk about it beforehand. Y'all, fight for your freedom, fight for yourself, like fight for your peace of mind. Remove people that are not faithful, people that do not understand your journey. It is not your responsibility. It is not your responsibility to always be that person who shows them what faith looks like. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. But some people are just not going to be people of faith. Some people are not going to understand your journey. Some people are not going to understand where you are right now. A lot of people ain't hearing from God for themselves. So how in the world they telling you what you should do for your life? Like, if you allow their voices to be the loudest voices in your head, you will continually go away from God more and more and more and be affected by the people that's around you. That's why you have to allow God to be the loudest voice in your life. The loudest. When I say that, I mean if you have to read a scripture 15 times a day in order to believe it, that's what you have to do. If you have to do things that are extreme in order for his voice to be the loudest in your life, then that's what you have to do. Like, if you have to be like, okay, I can only spend a certain amount of time with this group of people because after that, they start affecting me too much. Put yourself in positions to be affected by God easily. To recognize, oh, that don't even sound like him. Like, y'all might be saying that, but that can't be from God because that don't even sound like him. You know when you know somebody so much and somebody tell you something about them and you like, yeah, that don't even sound like nothing they would say. That's how you have to be with God. Like, no, that don't even sound right. I'm telling y'all, like, I know this episode was kind of jumbled up, but fight for yourself. Fight for your mental health. It is necessary. Like, y'all just don't know. Lil Bow Wow, you just don't know. The way you move so quick across the floor, you've been running through my mind like all the time. I don't know the rest of the words, but I'm gonna shine. Okay? So at the end of the day, fight for yourself. More episodes are to come. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. I have a challenge for y'all. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I almost forgot this. So I was telling y'all about October 22nd being the day that like I transitioned from depression to freedom. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. This is how it happened. This is okay, a lot of things contributed to how it happened, but this specific thing changed my life. I randomly decided to write a letter to myself, right? Encouraging myself, because I'm the type of person who encourages everybody else, and I know I'm good at it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm good at it. If you need some motivation, I'm your girl. Like, I'm going to cheer you on harder than you ever been cheered on before. If you want to climb Mount Everest with a jump rope, right? And everybody telling you that ain't no good idea, I'm going to convince you that it is. Because I'm just that good at encouragement. I don't know. It's a gift from God. Like, I'm just an encourager. So I will motivate somebody till the wheels fall off. I will speak to them today. So I'm like, listen, this is not who you are. You are much better than this. You are stronger than this. Look at me going. Somebody felt that, just that little clip. Somebody felt just that little clip. I'm telling you, I will encourage you. And so I asked, like, why can't I encourage? I should encourage myself like that. I'll get the writing, y'all. I done filled up 5 pages front and back of like, girl, get your stuff together. You know what? I really just want to find that. I'll have to read it another time. But it was like, stop it. Stop with the complaining. Stop acting like you don't know how to pray. Get yourself up early. Pray bold prayers again. Stop acting like you don't know who God is. So stop surrounding yourself with these people. Love yourself enough to walk away and speak up for yourself. I mean, I'm saying all of this to me as if I'm standing in front of the mirror and like cursing myself out. Like, I had to get myself together. And y'all, that changed my whole perspective, because I started seeing like all the things that I was desiring to get from people. I wanted people to motivate me. I wanted people to tell me great things and speak into me and remind me of how good God was and remind me of how good I was and this and that. And I wasn't getting that. And I'm good at giving it to people, but God was like, give it to yourself, sis. I mean, daughter, give it to yourself. I got too into that just now. But give it to yourself. Like, I wrote a letter to myself and woo, it changed. It changed me. A wonderful change has come over me. And I'm here. This version of me, y'all ain't never seen. Matter of fact, this version of me, I ain't never seen. I'm ready. Life, what you got? Throw it at me. What you got, life? Throw it at me. I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, come and get it. Na, 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 na. It's so many songs that's about to be the playlist of my life right now. And because I'm good, y'all gonna be good, because I'm gonna tell y'all everything I'm going through that's gonna help y'all. And I can't be mad, because I took on the responsibility of starting a podcast and helping people and being a voice for a lot of people. So if I go through a difficult situation, I can't be mad no more, because I signed up for it. Because how in the world am I supposed to tell them how to get through it if I ain't get through it myself? Look at that. Self-talk at its finest. Like I said before, what did I say before? A lot. But listen, you got this. That's all I can say. Like, I can't tell you that you don't have it when I know that you do. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people just spew out motivational things. The reason I'm saying you got this is because I made it out of a year-long depression. So I know you can. I know you got this, even on your worst day. I'm so happy. Y'all, I did not want to do this episode today because I just didn't feel ready. But if you're ready, come and get it. Ya da 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 da. Oh, this wraps up our episode. I'm so excited. I'm ready for this next chapter. We're gonna be a little bit more consistent. I'm sorry, like cut me some slack. Your girl was going through. Anyways, beautiful people, keep being beautiful. Keep loving God, loving yourself, and loving life. Bye.